Hey everyone! Today I wanted to make something a little different. Spider Man Brand New Day is right around the corner, and I'm really excited for it. So much so that my brain's been ringing with possible ideas for how the movie's gonna go. One of which is the post credit scene. Now, my idea for what the post credit scene may be relies on a few, restrictions and assumptions, which is number one, Spider Man is not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I feel like we have all kind of garnered that. But secondly, the assumption would be that the post credit scene for this movie is setting up Doomsday and Secret Wars. Because, normally the Spider Man movies don't really do that. But I feel like, as we'll get into a little later, MCU movies usually have a big post credit scenes right before their big Avengers movie that is setting them up a little bit. And I also think that this scene has the potential to set up some really exciting character dynamics with Spider-Man and a bunch of MCU characters that we haven't seen him meet before. There's a little more that I want to talk about involving this scene, but I'll save it for after you take a look. We see the interior of New Avengers Tower. The New Avengers are lazing around as if they're waiting for something exciting to happen. Guys, I'd appreciate if you, I don't know, act like you were doing something. Why would we do that? Yelena wants us to look professional. We're meeting the people from that spaceship soon. Space people! Oh, so we need to act like real superheroes? Guys, what if they're just like us? Like normal people from Earth? No way. The spaceship looked all cool and stuff. I bet they're extraterrestrial. I agree. Extraterrestrial. Pensively staring into the distance through the window, Bucky finally perks up. Hey, what the hell is that? As if to answer, we see a red blur swing up out of view from the window, only for moments later to hear a ceiling panel burst out from above. Peter enters the scene, hanging from a web. Hey everyone, whoa, 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 whoa. He's being held at gunpoint by all of the gun-toting members of the New Avengers. I come in peace, guys. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Mr. Barnes, you know me. I'm sorry I tied you up that one time. Bygones? Yelena looks around the room, singles out Bucky, to which he hesitantly nods at her. Stand down. Everyone stands down, and Peter drops down onto his feet. Don't worry about it. Maybe next time take the stairs. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was sort of trying to. Why are you here? Is this about Avenger stuff? These space people showing up? Space people? That's exciting. But no, I was actually hoping that um Peter turns back and holds his head, a little embarrassed to be asking this. I need a job. The team replies with a mix of sighs, questioning what, and groans, except Alexei. Welcome to the team! I don't remember us putting up a help wanted sign. He glares at Yelena. Did you? No. Spider Guy, we don't have time for this right now. We have a very important meeting coming up. Wait, just hear me out. You're telling me you don't need someone like me on this team? What's that supposed to mean? I mean, it's just, don't say it. You guys are a little lightweight. The New Avengers scoff. Here, just let me show you what I can do. Try and catch me. Peter starts flipping around the room, shooting webs, enough that everyone starts getting a little pissed off. Spider-Man, you need to chill right now. Finally, a worthy challenge. Alexei rushes Spider-Man, to which Spidey shoves him away, mirroring how he pushes Ben off in ASM number 1. Next, Ghost tries to get the jump on him, but using his spider sense, he gets a sweeping kick on her, predicting where she phases out. Also, he kicks Sue, or he actually spins Sue around in ASM number 1. How did he do that? Ugh. Guys, calm down. This is what he wants. Stop being a kid right now. We're busy. Spider-Man flips toward Bob, sort of rearing his head like he's going to attack. Whoa, man. Don't do that. When I get upset, bad things happen. Everyone sort of looks at them with dread. Oh, you're that type? My bad. I've had enough of that today. Spider-Man backs into a corner, and suddenly, defensive measures activated. A big old tube entraps Spider-Man, just like the iconic cover of ASM number 1. We cut to see that Yelena flipped a switch or whatever. Aw, man.
A door opens, but we stay on Peter, staring at who's just come in, stuck to the side of the glass. We hear the voice of Johnny Storm. You guys busy? Everyone sounds frazzled. We gotta ask Val for a new receptionist. No. Pleasure to meet you. We are the Avengers. I'm honored. Johnny Storm of the Fantastic Four. A whoosh is heard, and we see Johnny's face in flames illuminated on the glass's reflection. Nice suit. You like their mascot or something? I'm trying to be. These guys won't give me the time of day. At this point, we get the glorious final recreation, but not really, of the cover for Amazing Spider-Man #1, in theme with the rest of the movie doing its little cover recreations. Seems like they're missing out. You're sticky. And you, what? Shoot stuff? Webs. Webs! And what can you all do? Ghost makes her hand phase, and everyone else just kind of shrugs and takes turns saying, guns, strong, guns. Tell you what, Webs, I'm gonna give you my card. Screw these guys. But I do have business with them. You mind? Works for me. Spider-Man easily pries the glass container open, to some shock from the team, and walks toward his entryway. Dude! Right. Stairs. We follow Spider-Man out of the room with his head in his hands. He's sort of like, why did I do that? The new Avengers and Johnny Storm will return in Avengers Doomsday. Spider-Man will return. So that's my pitch for what the post-credit scene could be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Is it a stretch? Yes. Does it have way too many actors in it? Also yes. Is it kind of slop a little bit? No, it's not slop. It's cool. It's cute. It's a good bit. Anyways, my main strong point for this prediction, like why I think it's going to happen, it lies upon 3 things. Number 1 is I feel like the MCU, generally speaking, always has a post-credit scene in the movie that precedes the next Avengers movie chronologically, has something to do with the next movie, with the next big Avengers movie, such as Captain America 1, 2, Black Panther, not as much, but it does have to do with Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. Now, both of those last 2, they are obviously like movies that take place a little before the events of the movies themselves, but the post-credit scene are like present day, or right after Infinity War and Endgame, like the shit that happens in it. So that's number 1. That's why I was like, okay, it's probably gonna have to do with Doomsday, probably, but it might not, so I don't know. Anyways, number two is that ever since the Fox merger, Marvel has wanted to get their grubby little mitts all over the X-Men and Fantastic Four as fast as they canonically can. They have been putting them in every movie since then. Like Doctor Strange 2, The Marvels. Like, where the fuck was Beast in The Marvels, bro? That was one of my things in making that like a part of this video. Is like bro, what is bro doing in that movie? It has to do with Doomsday, guys. It has to do with Doomsday. Okay. Anyways, Deadpool and Wolverine, but like that's an X-Men movie. But it did come out pretty quick after everything that happened, and they did put the Fantastic Four in there, as well as like fucking. They did put Elektra in that movie, bro. What a funny fucking. Anyways, she was already in the MCU. I'm going on a tangent. Anyways, the last example I have is possibly this movie, if rumors are true. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, like I think they really want to introduce the concept of Spider-Man meeting the Fantastic Four as fast as they can, and I think Johnny would be the most fun way to do that. I also think that if what we've seen from the Doomsday trailer is true, the Fantastic Four are going to like split off to meet all the separate groups, and I just think Johnny would be the most fun one to accidentally meet Spider-Man, because they're like best buds. But yeah, I think Marvel knows that people want to see that, and I think it'd be just a neat little way to have them interact before we have to wait like a year to actually see them interact in Secret Wars, because I doubt we're gonna get any of that in Doomsday. Anyways, number 3, and this was my I keep saying main reason, like I haven't given y'all like 3 different main reasons, but this is the biggest reason, is that I think the MCU just really likes to do this thing I like to call, let's do the niche thing from the comics, but not really. And it's something I mean, there's a million examples across the MCU, but if we want to go just from the Spider-Man MCU movies alone, he has shit like the spider signal and web wings and a web parachute, but they're all made by Iron Man. we have he has Genki, but not Genki. He has the Iron Spider suit, but it doesn't really look like the Iron Spider suit. We have him fighting water and fire elementals, but they're not Molten Man and Hydro Man. I mean, we could point out stuff like backstories, like Mysterio's backstory is, obviously very different, but I'm thinking like a little more niche stuff, like things like the ASM 33 scene in Spider-Man Homecoming. That's something very much in the vein of that. Then there's also Mysterio exposing his identity instead of, famously Spider-Man exposing his identity in Civil War. I don't know. I haven't read a comic where he does that otherwise, or if there's like an arc in ASM where that happens, but as far as I know, I think that's the only time. And then Spider-Man has like a one more day moment in No Way Home, but the circumstances and consequences are very different. But I feel like that's something that falls in line. Like it's not really a big thing to adapt, but they chose to do it anyways. So I just thought, hey, they would probably like to do, especially with the theming of like, oh, we're sort of soft rebooting Spider-Man. Maybe they'd like to do something with what happens in literally the first issue of Solo Spider-Man, where he tries to join the Fantastic Four. I think that would be a cool idea. So that's why, I chose that they would maybe want to do that scene, but since we don't have the Fantastic Four yet, they do it with the Thunderbolts. I'm looking at the rest of my script to see if I missed anything, because I've been trying really hard not to look at it, because I'm good at this. Oh, okay. I'm gonna add an addendum because this actually came out really late, and they dropped the official Doomsday trailer, and it looks like the first time that the F4 meet the New Avengers, they're all together. So part of this theory is like completely thrown in the garbage, but I don't care because I already made the video and I had fun. So it's like whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I had a lot of fun storyboarding this and, writing it out and having this discussion. Let me know if you think I'm crazy or if you think I have it all figured out. I'd appreciate that a lot more. But I think I'm crazy, and I think I think it's probably just gonna be Battle World. I think the post-credit scene is probably just gonna be Battle World. I think I already got it spoiled for me on Twitter, honestly. But yeah, like I said, I don't care. Maybe this comes out the day the movie does, and I can get immediately proven wrong. If I can let my confidence down a little, Kevin Feige already made it sound like Yelena is in the movie. She might just be in the full movie, or she might be in the post-credit scene, but it's like the New Avengers have already met with Spider-Man. They're just kind of homies, and they're talking about stuff. Or she's like, Spider-Man, we're going to need your help. I don't know what happens, but if we go missing, you're the only person that can help around in the city or whatever. Might be something like that. But hey, I wanted to have fun. So yeah. Y'all be good.